I am here with Tiffany from season 1 to dish the dirt on Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All Stars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shefsick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All Stars. It's day 68 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Jojo is the head of household. He nominated Brazil and Curtis for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto could still change the nominations. Who will win it? We'll find out tomorrow. But first, Tiffany, welcome. You are a staple.
Hello.
You played in season 1, finishing in 3rd place. You were a guest co-host in season 2, where everybody loved you. Then you were a guest co-host in season 3 and everybody hated you. And then you were a guest co-host in season 4 and you redeemed yourself because at the time you were a old folks home caregiver lady who was in a COVID floor, and that's considered, that's an actual essential worker, Lisa, just so you know. So anyway, how have you been doing?
Not bad, not great. I'm not in long-term care anymore. I went out to the Yukon for a mining job and I was fired and sent back to Ontario. So yay me. And now I work the same part-time job I've had for 11 years, which is brutal because nobody wears their mask properly and they wear it up here or they wear it down here or here. And we just yell at them to leave the store.
I mean, very courageous of you to admit that you went to Yukon and was fired. And not a lot of people would admit that on YouTube, but you have. I'm proud of you. You know what? You took a chance. I think very few people would have actually gone to Yukon for any reason ever. And so the fact that you did that and gave it a shot and it didn't work out, it's courageous. And
is there duct tape on your shirt?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why though. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what was I going to ask you now? Oh, and most importantly, finally, because everybody on season 3 bitched about this, you finally got rid of that fuckface ex-boyfriend who was married with 3 kids and who was I'm going to get the divorce next week, honey. Finally, he's gone and you have a new boyfriend
I
who
do.
you are very happy with. And
yes.
I like him. This is the first boyfriend she's ever had that I liked. All the other ones were like just crack, like really bad. Like I talked about Lindsay's boyfriends yesterday. Lindsay's ex-boyfriends were like heavenly compared to your exes.
I know, but they're like obsessive compulsive disorder with her. Like just wanted to be her poop out of her butt. Like that's a problem in itself. But mine were no better. Mine were just mentally unstable in other ways.
At least you both had boyfriends. Speaking of which, how have you reacted to myself asking Jonathan out over and over again this season?
To be quite honest, I'm not surprised because that's who you are. You never quit.
Correct.
Quitters never win. So kudos to Rai Rai for quitting. You are never going to win. You don't quit. That's all I got to say to that.
Okay, you sidetracked that there, but my point was that Tiffany was not happy when Rai Rai quit. She messaged me that day being like, is this guy for real? You put him on All Stars and not me? What the fuck?
Yeah, because I would have just ride that. Well, no, I wouldn't have read that game or been on a flying carpet because Jeffrey was the only one that got me through to 3rd place. If it wasn't for Jeffrey, then.
We'll get back to Jeffrey in a sec, but regarding Jonathan, like I applied to Big Brother Canada 9 years in a row and I will never stop. So that's a clear sign that I never give up. So
yeah,
unless he or myself finds a different guy, I'm never giving up. So there we go.
That's fine. He'll cave one day.
I agree. So Jeffrey went out first and you have always been Jeffrey's cheerleader and you were convinced he would do very well. What do you think about him being the first evicted this season?
I wasn't super surprised because I feel like people who actually know Big Brother Cheesecake know that Jeffrey is an excellent player. And I think that a lot of people that are on All Star had the advantage of saying, no, don't trust Jeffrey because he'll do this and this and this. I don't know how many alliances Jeffrey had. I know that he was with an alliance with me. And when I asked him if he was in other alliances, he said no. So I have I have a feeling that if he sticks to one alliance, he's with one alliance, but there could have been people that obviously told things that weren't true to get that advantage and get rid of Jeffrey because he's a very strong player. He's an extremely strong player. Yeah. If he was still in the game, I guarantee you he would be at least top 3.
Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, you had Charlene who went out second.
Oh, thank God. I mean, she hasn't gotten very far in the last, I don't know how many seasons she's been in. Like, does she have nothing else better to do? She's in every season.
Well, yeah, 4 out of the 5 seasons. What were your thoughts when you told me your thoughts, but what are your thoughts when she decided to voice to the House that she was not planning on getting the COVID vaccine?
All I have to say is if you believe in a groundhog telling you if spring's going to be here soon, then you sure as hell can believe in a vaccine. That's all I got to say.
She actually has like lots of garden gnomes and like she works on her gardens a lot. So she probably believes in Groundhog Day if she believes in like planting shit in the ground. And
she probably believes that when the gnomes get a shadow, we're going to have an early spring. Like, yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm not going to voice my opinion, but you know, people just need to understand what fake news is versus what the real news is and what facts are versus fiction. So you can believe whatever you want, but at the end of the day, they're not doing this to kill you. They've already been tracking you through your phone. So if they're going to put a tracker in your arm, it's not going to do anything more or less, if that's what people think, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. Fair. So then, of course, Rai went out third because he did. I mean, yes, he quit. It was at the end of the week, so I didn't really call it a quit. But I mean, he left the group chat 2 days early, and there was no actual vote. I just assumed, I just said everybody voted for Rai. You already voiced your thoughts on that, so we won't dwell on that. But very entertaining, and he still has the best line of the season, the best one-liner, which was. Realness is this season's bus driver alliance only competent. Yeah. I know, I loved it. Do you watch Grace and Frankie, by the way?
No, you told me to watch it, I don't know how many times, and I should watch it.
What about Drag Race?
Sometimes, like I don't follow it episode for episode.
Okay. The next evictee was Dylan, who is known for ranting on Facebook Live about how he's young and should be respected and how everyone else is a liar but him.
But I just find it funny that he's been 18 for the last 5 years. So I'm just like, how young can you be? But okay. I mean, it's just like saying I'm 30 with 11 years experience. Like that's 41, everybody.
Yeah. Chanel was the last preacher. I know you like Chanel.
I like Chanel. Yeah, she was a fair player. She did really well. I was really happy.
I mean, considering she was one of the 4 winners, yeah. I mean, it's very tough coming in being a former winner, and she did well. And I think to a degree, Dylan may have dragged her down, not to mention season 2 in general was, I mean, they're the best season, but they're the best season for a reason. They're combative. Yeah. And Joanne, of course, was the one that sort of gave her the kiss of death, just like Chanel gave her the kiss of death in season 2. So, yeah. Then we move on to Kat. No, sorry, Joanne was 11th. She was the first juror. Any thoughts on Joanne?
Well, she's just entertaining. So I love Joanne, and she's always liked me. So that's been helpful.
Right. Yeah. Very nice. See, Tiffany can be nice sometimes.
Well, if people... No, I was just going to say, like, Joanne doesn't even know me. And she was like, not going to judge me from a video that is supposed to be, I don't even want to say funny, like it's supposed to be like trolling. Like this is, some of the people that are on reality TV are trolls. So that's all I was representing, and people just spun so much out of proportion. So I mean, kudos to whatever, if it makes you sleep better at night, thinking that you've ruined my confidence because you said one negative thing about me, Ethan. But I mean, Probably makes him sleep at night.
Moving on. That was. So then Chad was surprisingly no Cat. Sorry, I screwed up the
I was
order.
like, Chad.
Cat was out next in 10th place.
Cat, I don't have a lot of.
Yeah, you've never met Cat in real life.
No.
You said she was Rianne, but better looking.
Oh, like way better looking. She just like the like MySpace profile picture, but like excellent makeup. Just like the angle and the pose.
Don't. I was just gonna say, didn't you like last season's photo of her better? But I guess yeah, because she hated the photo I used of her last season. I don't know if you remember it, the green one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which photo did you like better?
This season.
Damn it.
Sorry. Damn it.
Okay. But Kat and I, one thing we all agree on, and you'll agree. So I hate chocolate flavored things, but when Kat and I go to the Red Lobster, we always get the chocolate wave. This is a chocolate cake. I don't know what they put in it. They must put crack in it. It's unbelievable. And I hate chocolate cake.
I know you do.
Yeah. And my mother hates chocolate cake, and she's a bit better on it, but she even loves the chocolate wave. It's unbelievable.
It's the best thing ever. P.S. The milkshakes at Hero Burger are to die for.
Yeah, but when you told me that they made you that Smarties thing with whole Smarties, I was like, ugh.
I'm gonna try again. I wasn't able to order it online, but so I ordered online today for my boyfriend and I. But the next time we go in, I'm gonna say, hey, are you not supposed to crush them up, or do you just like put the whole thing in? I'll see what they say, because they were busy that night. So I want to give them benefit of the doubt. And their strawberry sundae is almost like McDonald's, almost, but it was good.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
You know I love strawberry sundaes.
Yeah. Large chocolate sundae. Oh, you don't know that reference. So Kat did you watch, you probably didn't watch the episode with Wheel of Misfortune. So Kat she was playing Wheel of Fortune, and she had some of the letters in, and the correct answer was Lindt chocolate hearts. Okay. She answers large chocolate sundae, and I'm like, Kat, you know me. You know I would never get a chocolate sundae. We've gone to Dairy Queen together where I get a strawberry sundae. Like,
yeah.
Very.
Are there any new Lindt flavors?
I did see, so the Lindt store is closed because of stupid lockdown, but I did see at Shoppers Drug Mart dark chocolate strawberry filled. Did you try? I haven't tried it.
No, I'm waiting for it to go on sale. It's $1 million, and I know.
I'm waiting for Valentine's Day to end.
Who are you? What?
Yeah, I know. They want like $6.79 for like a bag of like 12.
The one I saw was $11.99. I was like, I get 2 truffles in there. What?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. Or because of the pandemic, I was able to buy like 500 Lindt hearts at the Lindt store for like $50, not even like 500. Yeah.
Wow.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was last year. It was last Valentine's hearts, but who cares? They're good.
They'll be good for 2 years.
Yeah. And don't say what it is, but I shared my recipe that's going to be coming up in a future episode of it includes a Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurry, and you agreed with me. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a good recipe coming.
I had a Cadbury Cream Egg yesterday. I bought one. It was so good.
Love it. So yeah, Kat and I, we talk about food, and our whole life revolves around food. Okay, next up, so then Chad was evicted last week. You love Chad, don't you?
For the entertainment purposes. He's a troll. He's such a troll.
Do you think there was any chance of him winning this season, or because he made it pretty far? Like, do you think?
I'm so surprised. Honestly, I thought he'd go just like Charlene, like really early on. I don't know how people listen to him. I don't know. I don't know how they deal with it.
But do you think he came in dead man walking with no chance, or do you think he had a chance and blew it at some point?
No, dead man walking. So I was surprised.
Okay.
And what's up with his profile picture? Like, he aged by like 55 years.
Oh, I have not shown you the picture of his wedding. He got married in Vegas to his girlfriend, obviously. And although some of the house guests thought he was gay, which was funny. As soon as he sent that picture, in their DRs, they're like, wait, he's straight? But I'll send you the picture. I don't have it on me now. And when I told him, when Chad tries, he's attractive. But when he doesn't try... Okay, so now let's go to the house guests who are left. So we're down to 8 house guests. So we have from season 1, your best friend, Eitan. Any thoughts?
No, next.
Okay. I will say this. He went on Reality Realness, which is the talk show that Chantel runs it, and Nick and Lindsay are this season's
Okay.
interview panelists. It's like The View, but good. And I sometimes call it Pandemic Preparedness, just because I can't remember the name. But it's Reality Realness with 3 S's. And so Aton went on it yesterday, and he spilled the tea on everyone and ruffled a lot of feathers because he basically laid everything out on the table about how, invented about everything, including production. You didn't see it, so I guess you can't comment on it. But what is that a surprise to you that I'm telling you this, or is
No, I knew that in season 1 that he just had this. I'm going to be a Big Brother all-star because I'm going to pretend to be nice to everybody, but really I'm just a big old loser. So that's what people do on Big Brother. They go on and they're like, I'm going to be nice to everybody, but really I'm just going to fuck with the house guests. That's what they do. I knew that season 1.
Oh dear. I do not.
I'm like, are you going to really tell me that that's a person being real to themselves? Please.
Anyway, I do not. Tiffany's opinions are of Tiffany's and her own. They do not represent the thoughts or viewpoints of myself or of the Big Brother Cheesecake franchise, or of Pandemic Preparedness, Reality Realness, 8 to 10 S's. There you go. Okay. Oh, and Lynn was very mad at me because I've been buy Lynn's crap. Lynn from season 3. She has a Ponzi scheme where she sells candles and T-shirts on Facebook. So buy her crap. There, I did your ad. Brenda from season 4, she sells used rags from Value Village. She puts it together, makes it into a shirt, and then she calls it Poshmark or something. She sells it on Bitcoin, or I don't know. It's another Ponzi scheme. She lives in Sarnia. They have nothing else to do there. Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. Rhonda from season 2.
She's another bus driver?
She is the last bus driver remaining this season, yes.
But she's a bus driver? So she, screws around with all the other bus drivers in the back of the buses that I hear about all the time.
No, that was just Samantha from season 1.
Oh, bullshit. There's more than just one.
I've actually never had hanky-panky in a bus with another operator. No, it was only in the lunchroom.
How many?
Just one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I also told the house guests. So February 19th is 10-year anniversary of my last day at Longo's, which is crazy. I know.
Wow.
It's been 10 years since I left Longo's. And I told everybody about Costa and how he his penis is shaped like a candy cane.
And what do they say?
What can you say to that? But they're on Drag Race.
Wait, when he stands up, if he's standing up straight, okay, this is his body.
Yeah.
And then this is now his dick?
No, the other way. Yeah, no.
Oh, upside down candy cane. How does that not scratch your bum?
Wait, what?
When you put it in, does it not
You're not supposed to feel scratching. What you're doing it wrong.
Doesn't it rub weird?
No.
I don't know. I've been into the butt stuff, so now I'm confused. That would just feel weird.
It was quite nice. Anyway, let's move on. So from season 3, Chantel.
Again, I liked her. She played fair. She didn't stir anything, cause anything. So okay. It's just nice to have a variety of characters, but I don't have anything that was just woo.
Right. Okay, JoJo.
But I remember her.
Oh, that's good. So she's not forgettable. That's good to know. JoJo.
Oh, that's the guy that did the Amazing Race things with his redhead friend.
Yeah, JoJo and his friend. Oh, was it Lisa or Laura? Those are my guesses. If they're both wrong, I have no idea. But JoJo and Laura. Maybe it was Ashley. Fuck if
I think I like JoJo. I think it was Jonathan that didn't like me. Correct. And I always mixed them up. So yeah, again, people that weren't gonna judge me off the cusp versus be heinous.
So yeah, no, A-Town called you a heinous dirtbag.
Yeah.
So actually, A-Town's voice this season was Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Right?
Excellent.
Well, why do I have to use this hand sanitizer everywhere I go? I just use that hand sanitizer. Now I use this hand sanitizer. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, Jojo and his friend Kelsey. Maybe it was Kelsey. Anyway,
No, I don't think so.
they applied for the Amazing Race Canada, and I think they were finalists 3 times, anyway. And the last time, they actually had their bags packed to go on the Amazing Race.
That's bumfuckery.
Correct. And they were like called at the last minute to say, oops, sorry. As much as I hate being a 9-time Big Brother Canada loser, it's almost, I feel so bad for Jojo because it's almost worse to make it that far and to not get on. Like, that's just heartbreaking.
And saying that would put worry in me if you called me and it wasn't like an immediate, you're in the house. Like, I don't want to have a repeat of any other year where you're not yourself.
Oh, I usually cry every time I don't make it on. But anyway.
No, but if you made it that far.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Did I ever tell you the full story about what happened with Jake on the Survivor org I played in? We don't have time to go through it, but...
No, you told me I'm a bad friend because I don't like listening to you cry, so you didn't want to tell me.
Oh, that's right. Your words, not mine. That's right. I told Kelly and Lindsay because, yeah, that is correct.
Because I'm a bad friend and I don't like listening to you cry, which is not true.
Well, I didn't say it that way, but I figured calling you at 2 a.m. crying was probably not the best idea.
And it's not that. It's when I was doing my internship, you called me every single day in tears. And every time I asked you what's wrong, you just said, I don't know. And you wouldn't be able to tell me about anything. So I just said, okay, well, you need to know what you're crying about. And yeah, of course I don't like listening to you cry. You're one of my best friends, but that doesn't mean I don't want to know about all your stuff. So I took it to heart and I'm glad that we're on the mend of our relationship.
Yeah. Anyway, Jonathan, your other best friend.
Oh, he's in this season?
Yeah.
Oh.
How many weeks have you watched? I know you're behind, but you're like way behind.
I watched the week Jeffrey was on.
Oh, fuck. So anyway.
That's the same Jonathan? I thought Jonathan was blonde.
No, Jonathan's never been blonde. Anyway.
I don't really have anything to say.
Okay, fair. Nicole. Jonathan was clearly background and forgettable. Nicole, which is an upgrade from your previous thoughts of Jonathan.
What were my previous thoughts?
We're going way off track. Jonathan was the one who was very, very mad at you for using the R word.
Weren't there like more than one person?
That's true. But he was the ringleader of that consortium of anger. Anyway, Nicole.
Honestly, I don't remember her, but
sounds about right.
Yeah. She's probably like me, just like rides the wave.
I mean, she's definitely closer to background than forefront, but Chantel sat on the block with her in week 5 and was evicted because Nicole is sort of untouchable on the block. And so if that can get her to the end. I know you're not a fan of Brazil because you were really, really, really rooting for Lindsay last season, but...
Oh, but that doesn't mean I'm not a fan. I was surprised that Lindsay did as well as she did. So I was like, someone who's a complete underdog would be nice if she won. That's all. I was just like, I really thought Lindsay was going to take it. So it was a huge shock, to be quite honest, but good for Brazil.
She's a former winner. Do you think that's an issue, or do you... At this point, I don't really think it matters. I think at the beginning it can, but once you reach a certain point, all of these sort of, the past season prejudices kind of go away once you reach a certain point and you've made connections.
I still want to get back to how Nicole's untouchable. What does that mean?
She was evicted in season 3 only in a double eviction when 3 people were on the block and 2 were evicted. And this season, she survives the block otherwise because
Oh,
Kat had to nominate somebody next to Chantel, and she chose Nicole. And I'm a firm believer that Chantel would have stayed against anybody else. Nicole was the only person who would have stayed against Chantel because everybody just loves Nicole.
oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if any of them like realize that that's a threat. That would be a threat to me.
Nicole did say the poor thing. So I filmed Otev. Otev has already been filmed, so tomorrow's episode is done. And I can't remember if Nicole said this while we were recording or not, but Nicole's like, I'm what's her voice again? Oh, Nicole's Kamala Harris. I'm getting frustrated that everybody who goes on Reality Realness talks shit about me. We are going to get this country back on track. The hate will end. The injustice will end. And we will all learn to heal and love. So, ladies and gentlemen, as your vice president, I'm so excited to be here. Yeah. Okay, and last but not least, well, we went through that quickly. Did we do everyone? Yeah, we did. Curtis. Okay. Curtis and I went to St. Michael's College School.
Oh, he's another gay guy. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh, no.
Just because we went to that high school doesn't mean he's gay. Well,
I hope nobody, trained on him in high school. That would be terrible.
Oh, you know what's funny? Let me get your thoughts on this. So,
has that school not closed down yet with all the shit that happened? Like, what the fuck?
So, my group of friends, Julian included, Curtis wasn't part of this group, but you met Julian somewhere.
Just online.
Okay.
I have lines. Sorry.
So Julian and I and our friends decided. So St. Michael's College School for Demented Sex Perverts. When that broomstick gate happened, they sent out surveys to all the alumni with questions like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much were you bullied sexually in high school? 1, not likely. 10, very likely. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, would you say you were traumatized by things that happened to you in high school? Right? And there was a whole bunch of us that purposely said 10 out of 10 for everything. And I myself made a fake story, and I'm going to explain why in a second, saying, when I'm just making a name, when Billy Bob, cornered me in the locker room and
touched my wee-wee,
shoved Oscar Mayer wieners up my butthole, and I was 14 and I was traumatized, and the priest wouldn't believe me. And then I went to the bathroom and there was holes in the stalls, and the priest came in and put their dick in the glory hole, and it was disgusting. Maybe I laid it on too thick, so it was obvious that it was fake, but somebody should have contacted me. I even wrote I was suicidal by the end of my time at high school. Somebody should have contacted me. So to me, and I wasn't the only one that did that. There was a whole Facebook group of alumni that was saying, let's purposely put that we were traumatized and this, that, and the other to see if they'll do something. None of those people who said they were raped, bullied, sexually assaulted, harassed, anything, were contacted by anybody, by a mental health a doctor, by a psychotherapist, by the school, by a lawyer, by anybody, by a social worker, anybody. So to me, that means that survey that they sent out was bullshit. And it was just done to appease the board of directors, to appease the media, to appease the parents, to appease everybody, to make it look like, it's hush-hush. And of course, the results of the survey were overwhelmingly 99% of alumni found that there was a culture of respect and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, while that may have been true for me, I made up this cock and bull story. I know I know of about 10 alone, but in that Facebook group, there were about 100. I didn't know them all, but there were about 75 to 100. There's no way that all of these fake stories would have just gone, like, it would have been swept
Unnoticed.
under the rug. So I was annoyed by that.
I'm honestly not surprised because nobody takes mental health seriously. So why would they take it seriously now? Like,
yeah, I mean, even though it never happened to me. I don't believe it happened while in the 4 years I was there.
really
But it could have. It could have.
interesting.
It could have. I'm not
I mean,
saying.
I think I'm pretty sure it happened at my high school.
Oh, really?
I don't have like,
Your high school is across the street from the only Tim Hortons in the Greater Toronto area left that I know of that has Canadian maple donuts. I have to go to Renforth and Erringate to get Canadian maple donuts. There is no other Tim Hortons that has maple dip or Canadian maple. It is so frustrating. We are Canadian. We shit maple syrup out of our assholes. And you're telling me that a donut shop that's been in business for 50 plus years doesn't have maple dip or Canadian maple donuts? Like, that's annoying. But then as soon as you cross the border and go to Buffalo in the United States, oh yeah, we have poutine here. We have Canadian maple here. Oh, great. Why do I have to go to America to get a poutine from Tim Hortons? Like, that's a Larry David moment right there for you. That's Larry David for you right there. That is such bullshit. It's stupid. And then what's worse is CP24. CP24. A recent study found that the most popular donut at Tim Hortons was Canadian maple, and I'm thinking, well, Harry, how do you fucking find it? Who did this poll? What news is this? And then it cuts to the TTC is cutting funding for the subway to blah, 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 blah. And it'll show a subway line, a subway coming in that I can tell is a subway, the old subways with the orange seats that have been retired for 10 years. And people are coming off the subway wearing a Walkman. And I'm thinking, really? This is your stock footage? You can't update your stock footage? You have a streetcar? It's 10 years ago. It's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying.
We're trying to make America great again.
No, it's just so ridiculous. It's just,
I mean, that's still my favorite Tim Hortons because that's where I went every single day for like 4 years.
They're the only Tim Hortons that has a decent selection. They have the coconut. I'm not a big coconut fan, but they're the only one I know of that has the coconut donuts left as well. Coconut cream, toasted.
But do you think because Tim Hortons, like all their donuts are frozen in Canada, that like maybe they just have a surplus?
They've been frozen in Canada since 2001.
No, I know, but maybe that one Tim Hortons has a surplus.
But why that one though? The one Tim Hortons, you know where Kelly works at Dorval and QEW?
Yeah.
But I'm glad we're not talking about Big Brother anymore, but who cares? There's a Tim Hortons at QEW and Dorval that is, so Tim Hortons is it's in a corporate, there's the corporate head office of Tim Hortons is at QEW and Dorval, and there's a Tim Hortons in the lobby of the corporate office. I'm so tempted to go there one day and see if they have Canadian maple donuts. And if they don't, be like, how does the Tim Hortons head office not carry maple donuts?
Well, that explains why for some odd fucking reason, I was craving a maple dip donut. And they were like, we don't carry that anymore. And I was like,
yeah.
Why?
I know.
That's the most, out of all the donuts,
yeah,
you don't have that one?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I was pissed when they got rid of Dutchie, but I get it. It has raisins, and there's people that are like, oh, I hate raisins. Like, there's people that you mention raisins, and they want to, like, cry, right? Like,
I know.
Some people at work, if you take out an oatmeal raisin cookie, they'll think you're the devil. How could you put raisins in a cookie? Raisins are the devil's food. I'm like, what? So,
I know, because I love Dutchie donuts. They're my favorite.
Yeah. Oh. Tim Hortons has gotten rid of everything I've loved over the years. Chili in a bread bowl, chicken stew in a bread bowl, Dutchie, blueberry fritter donuts, strawberry vanilla donuts, Canadian maple donuts, coconut donuts. Double chocolate donuts are hard to find. Yeah.
I noticed that.
Double chocolate is hard to find. Are you fucking kidding me? It is so annoying.
But have you not had a Krispy Kreme donut? Like, you don't like Krispy Kreme donuts?
Don't get me started on what happened last week. I went to the Krispy Kreme at Mavis and Britannia. So
Oh, that's your first problem. No, that's your first problem. That one's always lined up. It's lined up now.
No, the lineup
tomorrow
wasn't the issue.
Oh.
I got an email. Yeah, that's true. The DuPont Spadina one is better. I got an email about how we have these donut minis. And because Kat is a diabetic, she's decided she's going to lower her sugar intake this year. She's been a diabetic for 30 years, but this is the year she decides I'm going to knock off sugar. So they have these Krispy Kreme minis, 4 flavors: birthday cake, woo, cookie dough, woo, strawberry shortcake, woo, and lemon meringue. Not my cup of tea, but fine. Would you fucking believe I stand in line at Mavis and Britannia for 45 minutes, freeze my balls off, I go inside, and they go, oh, we don't carry those kinds. Then why did I get an email for them? Like, seriously, who is emailing me to donuts I can't get at the largest location in the GTA? And then I also got frustrated that I stood in line, and this woman who was standing where the donuts come out of the conveyor belt, she was just, every 10th donut was a dud, and she was just throwing them out. She must have thrown out 20 donuts in a minute. And I get if they're completely broken, I get that, because you can't sell a completely broken donut. But if it's slightly off, like if it's not a perfect circle, but it's like there's a little crack, a little thing, you don't have to throw that out. Or you can at least sell the broken ones. She threw out 20 donuts in a minute, and I was so disgusted. And I'm not the type of person who's like, oh, there's starving kids in Africa, you could send it there. But there's starving kids in Africa who could eat those donuts.
You sound like it's a Longo's exit strategy to ensure that you have reduced product and make more money.
I'm channeling my inner Larry David. All of these things are very annoying. I'm very annoyed right now.
I won't lie, though. Krispy Kreme donuts are better than Tim Hortons.
They're all the same with just a different topping, though. The base is the same.
But I just think that the Krispy Kreme tastes more real than the Tim Hortons. Ever since I found out about the frozen shit, all I taste is freezer burn.
If I'm having one donut, then yeah, maybe a Krispy Kreme will beat Tim Hortons. But if I want to have 3 different donuts, the 3 Krispy Kreme donuts are going to taste exactly the same, with the exception of chocolate cake. But that donut also they don't have all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into DuPont Spadina wanting a chocolate cake donut, and they don't have it. But they have every other one that's the same. But anyway, so
the variety is wider at Tim Hortons. Okay, fine.
But I mean, let's face it, we both agree Dunkin' Donuts destroys them both.
Of course.
Yeah. And Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, which I miss having. March 1st will be a year since I've had Dunkin' Donuts and Olive Garden. Well, yeah, Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee is just out of the floor.
Okay, so what's this deal? Like, if we go to Buffalo May 8th, are we getting vaccinated?
That's just an estimate. So I sent Tiffany.
No, I know, but if we want to go across the border, do I have to be vaccinated?
I don't believe it's going to be required. No. I don't think they can require it because Charlene, how would she get across the border? But no, I don't think it's going to be a requirement. And what was I going to say about that? I'm only going to Buffalo once the rule that you have to quarantine when you get back is lifted. I'm not quarantining for 2 weeks just to get an iced coffee as much as I want it. Right. And Olive Garden and all that stuff.
Honestly, people that are like, oh, well, I have 3 weeks vacation, so I'll just go for a week vacation and then come back and take the other 2 weeks. And then that's fine. Cause fuck all of you people. And it's like, don't you want your 3 weeks to actually do something versus 2 weeks of doing nothing?
And I feel bad for Lindsay. She's quarantining for 2 weeks because she went to Amsterdam to visit Brom. And she's not even allowed.
He got deported?
No.
Oh.
Well, actually, his visa expired, so I guess that's the same as deported. But I mean, he's going to come back this summer. What was I going to say?
Are they getting married?
Oh, I don't know if I can say. I can't say on the air. There's a story. Yeah, Lindsay's not going to want me saying. Maybe is the answer.
Okay.
What was I saying now about Lindsay? I'm surprised. Has it not been 40 minutes? I feel like Zoom should have kicked us off by now. In the chance it kicks us off, goodbye. But it usually gives me a 10-minute warning. I feel like it's been a long ass time. What? Oh, when did I send Messenger to you? Oh, it's exactly 40 minutes ago I sent it to you. Okay, so we're probably close. Real quick. So Lindsay Brom. Oh, Lindsay's not even allowed to bring the garbage to her garbage disposal.
Yeah, I know.
The superintendent has to come and pick it up.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was me. But that was me in the Yukon.
She can't even go for a fucking walk outside in the fresh air.
No.
I am so over this shit. So, do you think, so Eitan and Chad, last but not least, forget Eitan, no offense. Who are you rooting for and who you think will win? And quickly, because we might get cut off.
I'm voting for Brazil because she can do it once, she can do it again, and she's played a good game. I think she'll take it.
Okay. That's who you think or who you want?
Think and want.
Oh, wow. Just so you know, Chantel is a former winner. She's still in the game. Why would you pick?
Oh, I thought Chantel was already voted out. Oh.
No, Chanel was voted out. Chantel is still in.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah.
I thought she was already out. Well, now, I mean, either one. I mean, I think that Chantel has the expertise, I think, but Brazil got really far. So I'm actually not really sure what Brazil's expertise in the game is.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm surprised we're not kicked off, but I don't have anything else to add. And Marston's probably getting tired of watching us. Marston is the only one that watches this all the way through.
Hi, Marston.
He's a good man. Marston lives like 5 minutes from an Arby's in Burlington, and he has not been yet. I know. I went last weekend. Their curly fries were so amazing.
You went without me?
Sorry. Kat was mad too. I went without her.
So who'd you go with?
By myself.
Shocker.
Maybe what's this weekend? We'll talk after. We'll go to Arby's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how good it is. Okay, with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother OTEV Golden Power Veto competition? Find out tomorrow. Monday, will they use it to save Curtis or Nicole from the chopping block? No, Curtis or Brazil from the chopping block. Tuesday is the next live eviction, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 5 house. And Wednesday, either Eitan or the evicted house guest will return to the game from Redempel Temple and get a second chance to win the game. I'm Andrew Cheswick Moonbest. Take care, and remember, the best type of tea is a tea bag. Good night.